basically today what I wanted to, what is the sun on us? Where's the sun out here? I mean, is the lights on us? Yeah, that. Anyway, listen, basically what I wanted to talk about today, yeah, is something very important. It's about divorce and marriage, yeah. They say a person who tries to make two people that are married divorce, like he tries to talk or does things to make them divorce, God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he throws 1,000 rocks of fire in the day of judgment on his head.
Jeez.
So anyone who sees a couple that are married and tries to come and says, oh, you know what, I think you should leave her, or you know what, like that, God will destroy this person, yeah, for doing that, yeah, and he will be cursed in this life and the next. And anyone who tries to get a husband and wife back together, like he says, like even if you can even lie in this circumstance to make two people friends, just to make them back together, like if you're two married and I say, oh, she loves you and all that, you should get back together, God will give him Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a blessing of 1,000 martyrs, the same reward of 1,000 martyrs. Yeah. So basically, yeah, what are you saying? Yeah. So basically, people in the society, because we don't want divorce. There's a lot of divorce happening now, and when there's divorce, the families get affected, and children will be affected. That's why that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I put marriage so the woman and the man can, do you know what I'm saying? That's why marriage is important and divorce is very bad. And did you want to say anything about divorce?
Yeah, I wanted to say, yeah, I don't agree with divorce. Obviously, you want to stay together as a family, but if the woman and the man aren't happy, that's going to affect the children the same way.
Okay, good question.
So, wouldn't you rather have two happy parents that aren't together than two that are fighting, arguing, and bickering and all the time?
Okay, very good question, yeah. Regarding that, before I come to your question, it says there's nothing being built in Islam better than marriage. ما بني في الإسلام بناء أحسن من الزواج. So this is the best built like the building, like in a spiritual sense. So when a few people is not happy, yeah, in the Quran it says you bring someone from her family and someone from his family, they represent. So then they go to the woman and they say to her, they see whose fault is it. So they say to the woman, listen, he's willing to do anything. Are you willing to go back to him? And she's like, no, I don't want to go back to him no matter what, for example. Yeah. Then it's her fault. Then she's the one that gets like cursed, for example. No. Just say the other man, say they go to the man. If they go to the man, they say to the man, listen, one of the representatives from her family or her representative, it doesn't have to be her family. He says to the man, listen, she's willing to come back to you and fix everything up. Are you willing to do that? She's willing to, and if he's like, no, I don't care, I'm not willing to do nothing without a valid reason, or even if there's like, then he gets cursed and he doesn't get any rights. But if she's the one that's saying, oh, I don't want him, then she gets cursed and without any rights. Like it's in Islam, there's a hadith from Imam Sadiq, he interprets the verse of the Quran, because the Quran says when there's a problem, you bring people from her family and his family. So you have to look at the hadiths. But what I'm trying to say is that there has to be someone's fault. It can't be both of their fault. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There has to be one of them has to be the wrong, because it can't be both wrong. One of them has to be more wrong than the other. And if they're not willing to, compromise, then they don't get the, you understand? They don't get the rights.
Yeah, but then they have to decide whose fault it is, and who's going to decide that?
All right, good question. Basically, what it is, yeah, is that it comes down to this. They're going to ask the man, for example, they go to the man, she's willing to do anything, but to stay together. Are you accepting that? If he says no, then there's no excuses no more. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because he said no, I'm not willing for nothing. And then they go to her, they say, if he's willing to do anything, are you willing? She's like, no, I don't care what he does, I don't want him, like that. You see what I'm trying to say? Then it's her fault. Like there has to be some kind of compromise. In Islam, there's always ways to work things out. The reason why I'm talking about marriage and divorce is because a lot of friends of mine are getting divorced for stupid reasons. And they're meant to be good people. And in Islam, it says, a person who divorced, the throne of Allah shakes. When a divorce happens, the throne of Allah shakes. So it's a very dangerous thing, and it destroys families, destroys society. So that's basically, I wanted to bring that issue, because if anyone is trying to divorce, or if anyone is watching this and thinking of divorcing, then think twice, because I want to save a family, I want to save the child seeing his dad. Because once you stop the child or the mum seeing the dad, there's big complications.
Yeah, but divorce doesn't all have to end in that, does it? It can always be amicable, it can be fine. This is my daughter, I'm not with her dad. We still both play a role in her life.
Basically, I'm not gonna
always think negative about it.
You see me, I'm with women's rights. I'm with helping the woman, because the woman, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, came down to me so many times, advising me about the woman, advising me to look after the woman, that I thought that I'm not allowed to ever divorce a woman unless she does the biggest indecency. I thought it was like So, because the angel Gabriel came from Allah, he said, look after the women, look after the women. He advised him so much, just like he advised about the neighbor. That the Prophet Muhammad said, I thought that the neighbor will have to inherit from me. How much Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, came down to me telling me about my neighbor. I even thought I have to inherit him because he's so important. Just like the women in Islam, you have to treat them, you know, because the woman, obviously, sometimes she does mistakes. Like Eve told Adam, eat from the tree, and then he got kicked out because he listened to Eve. You understand? I'm just saying, yeah? So there's some women, they need to relax as well. I'm with the women, but they need to relax as well, especially in this country, because obviously in the end of times, I read a hadith from Imam Ali. It says that the woman will have so much money, she will not need the man and she will ask for divorce. She will have, do you understand? The end of times is coming, the day of judgment. So there will be a lot of divorce, there will be a little bit of marriages. So this is the end of times we're living in. But what I'm trying to say, like, obviously, I see you in my eyes as a very respectable, beautiful woman. You understand? And I see that you're blessed and you're like a queen because you're so beautiful. I'll be honest. You're so beautiful.
What's he laughing
No, he's just shy. He's shy. Yeah, listen. But you're like a queen because you're so beautiful. You understand? Now, I'll be honest, yeah? So, yeah, Mike. So, obviously, bro, put some love tunes or something. Put something nice, bro. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that obviously, today's society, we got the media, we got the music industry, we got all these people promoting fornication, promoting evil, indecencies. This kind of music, this kind of people, we should stay away from it. And we should promote things that promote marriage, promote family to be together. Because when the families split, then the society gets destroyed. Yeah? And this is what I'm saying. Like, I know you're beautiful and amazing, yeah? Because I would do anything for you. Like, if you said to me now, Mo DEEN, yeah, I want whatever, I'll do. Because you're so beautiful, yeah? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. You always say MashaAllah, I don't want to give you the evil eye. MashaAllah, yeah? Because you know the evil eye.
Redeem yourself, man.
Like Star Wars. Yeah?
Don't take that L.
No. Yeah. No, inshallah, man, we'll do that after. But what I'm trying to say, inshallah, because the brother here, TNTS, he's from Greek, yeah? And Greek, they got a culture where they got families important. I know that. Because the Sicilian Godfather and the man there. You see? Have you seen Godfather?
That's Italy, man.
Italy, Sicily. It's all the same thing. Listen.
You're from Greece, is that what you're
Cyprus.
saying? It's the same thing.
I've been in Italy.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that anything you ever need, I'm here. Mo DEEN is here to talk. And I say you're blessed. Like, mashallah, innit? Mashallah, this girl's boom and blessed, and she should be a role model for other women to be better. Like, you should give them, you know, inspiration, because there's a lot of people that are going through depression because of Satan. Satan is controlling people's talking, whispering. You believe in Satan?
Yeah.
He whispers to people, drives them crazy, jinns and all that. So obviously we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, we read a couple of verses from the Quran. You get me? We stay blessed, we stay optimistic. The Prophet Muhammad said that the woman is like a flower. You understand? You shouldn't.
Trying to get your number.
Listen, what type of flower? Listen, the flower. So the woman, like, mashallah, the woman is very important. You understand? So we got respect for the woman. We, inshallah, we promote the deen and that, the marriage. And at the end of the day, yeah, the husband has to provide for his wife.
Nothing. Redeem yourself, bro.
No, the husband got to provide for the woman. You got to be paying. You be the man. You got to pay. You got to take them out. You got to spend money. Don't be stingy. Stingy husbands are the worst. They're trash, man. I swear to you, you are wasted. Waste, man. Stingy batte boy, chichi man. Stingy husband, batte boy. You have to spend on a woman, bro. As much as money you got, you spend on her, make her happy, because she's gonna make you happy.
Alright, let's finish
Woman
now.
is, huh?
Finish now.
Oh, you wanna wrap it, yeah? We're gonna wrap it up, mashallah. It's your boy Mo DEEN, it's your sister here, and God bless her, and God bless me, and God bless all the good people out there. Respect, love, unity, big up. One.